Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
By having a certain event in a certain room, it sends a signal how important that message is.
Good evening.
After a week of many television appearances, President Barack Obama was on every channel last night.
American Idol will be moved to Wednesday night.
He was the center of attention, but behind the scenes, a lot had been done before he took the stage. It was an undertaking, both for members of the White House staff and for the press.
You have a press corps that follows you around 24/7 and communicates your message, and how you manage that communication is key.
Scott Sforza was one of the keepers of George W. Bush's image. His team was innovative, even more so than Mr. Obama's so far, in their use of visual imagery.
How do we connect? How do we get a message across to people when they have the volume off on the television?
Started in this room, in this very room.
The setting for the press conference was the East Room of the White House. It's a room that's in use nearly every day and can seem repetitive, but there's different ways to arrange it. On special occasions, both administrations used what Mr. Sforza calls the reverse position.
That feel of the White House really comes through when the president walks down the red carpet, steps onto the stage, and you have that depth of the White House behind them.
Mr. Obama has used the reverse position in both of his press conferences thus far. For the media, each news organization plans meticulously, and the crucial element is developing the right question.
I think that's their strategic thinking.
So how do we turn that into a question?
Well,
At the New York Times, a wide variety of themes were pondered.
Can he continue to convince the country that he can afford to do all of these things?
Can we go back to Afghanistan for 1 second?
like, what's wrong with governing out of anger?
One sort of out of left field question could be don't ask, don't tell.
But in the end, the Times didn't get a question.
I've got a list here.
Maybe it was the interview the paper had with the president a few weeks before. Maybe it was the desire to give other outlets a chance.
Kevin Barron, Stars and Stripes.
Who gets called on is another thing that's decided behind the scenes.
You sound surprised.
I am surprised.